Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, I'm King Nido and today we're coming from Lumio City as the Yellows are hosting the Goldenrod Guild in a battle of the cut line because the Yellows currently sitting in 13th place, are one spot out of a leader's 8th position with the Goldenrod Guild currently holding that last spot as we are in the midpoint of the season. So with that said, let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win this matchup. Will it be the electric types? Will it be the normal types? Let's go!
3, 2, 1, go!
But that is right, the Goldenrod Guild currently sitting in 12th place as they're going to be starting out with the Dunsparce and Snorlax. It is going to be Zebstrika and Eelektross starting out for the Lumiose Yellows, and immediately Zebstrika is going to go for the Wild Bolt Storm, but that is going to be avoided by the Dunsparce. Unfortunately for Snorlax, it could not get out of the way. However, the Dunsparce is going to respond with the power split, focusing in onto Zebstrika here, sharing the power between the Dunsparce and Zebstrika as Eelektross goes with the Giga Drain, which is able to land onto Dunsparce, getting in some good damage there, but Snorlax is going to go for the Psychic Noise on to Eelektross, not getting in a great deal of damage, but it is going to prevent it from being able to heal for a number of turns, as Zebstrika is going to go with the Bubble Beam, this time landing onto the Dunsparce. They have shifted their focus to the Dunsparce, who is going to go with the rest, so it is actually going to take some inspiration from Snorlax here and go to sleep, but it is going to restore itself back to full strength in doing so, as Eelektross is going to go with the Weather Ball. There is no weather to capitalize on, but it does go for Snorlax now, getting the critical hit, as well as Snorlax is going to respond with the Poison Jab on the Zebstrika, getting some fantastic damage, as well as Eelektross is no longer prevented from healing. Zebstrika is going to go for the Bitter Blade. They're focusing on Snorlax, who is wide awake, and Zebstrika is going to have a little bit of health restored, taking it from Snorlax. The Dunsparce is going to need to wake up soon, but for the time being, it is fast asleep on the field, and Eelektross, looking to capitalize, is going to go for the Mystical Power, shifting its focus back to the sleeping to Dunsparce, as Snorlax is still awake here, unlike its teammate. The special attack boost for Eelektross, and we get the Magic Powder from Snorlax, changing Eelektross into a Psychic type, as Zebstrika is going to go for the Stun Spore. This is going to slow down Snorlax, but it is already the slowest on the field. However, it is going to potentially make it unable to move. But there's status conditions galore for the guild, as the Dunsparce is still fast asleep, allowing Eelektross to go with the Guard Split, which is going to share its guard with the Dunsparce, and Snorlax is unable to move due to its paralysis. This is great for the Lumiose Yellows because Zebstrika could capitalize with the Poison Sting here. Now we know that the Dunsparce will not be poisoned, but it is just woken up, and it is going to go for the Sand Tomb. This will be super effective, but it goes for Eelektross with that Levitate ability, so it is immune to ground type moves, as it is going to set up for the Solar Blade. And with that said, Eelektross as well is a Psychic type, so it wouldn't have even been super effective, as Snorlax is unable to move yet again. And Zebstrika can capitalize, going with the Beat Up. It is going to take support from its team for every member remaining, which is all of them. It will land a strike on to Snorlax, and it is going to need as much support as it can get to finally take down Snorlax after connecting with 5 connections there from that Beat Up. And the Dunsparce is going to go for the Superpower here on to Eelektross, which is not very effective because remember, it is now a part Psychic type, and that is going to lower those physical stats of the Dunsparce, which is going to be great because that Solar Blade is going to come down from Eelektross hard onto the Dunsparce to complete the huge play. What a monumental team effort to first take down Snorlax and then the Dunsparce, as out comes Porygon Z, and it is going to be joined by Arboliva. But with that download ability, there is a physical attack boost for Porygon Z, as Arboliva is going to go for the conversion, taking inspiration from Porygon, but that is going to fail, as Zebstrika is going to go for the Psychic Noise. We saw this earlier. It is going to prevent Arboliva from being able to restore its health here on the field, as Arboliva is revealed to be Zoroark in its illusion form, and Porygon is going to go with the hold back onto Eelektross, gets a really good strike, but that is not a shiny Eelektross, putting it in knockout range as well, as the Reflect type now from Eelektross, going from a Psychic type to now a Ghost normal type. And Zoroark is going to go with the Accelerock here, get a great connection there on the Zebstrika, who does respond with the Smoke Screen on to Zoroark, trying to make it so its accuracy is lowered, making it so it will be harder to land strikes on targets. The upper hand from Porygon Z is going to fail, and Eelektross could capitalize here, as it is going to go with the Acid which does connect with both normal types, but it's not very effective onto Zoroark. Gets the critical hit though and lowers its special defense in the process, as it is no longer prevented from healing. Zoroark is going to go with the mean look, but it doesn't work, unfortunately, and this allows the Shell Sidearm from Zebstrika onto Porygon Z. Massive connection, as Porygon Z is going to respond with the Darkest Lariat onto Zebstrika, and it gets the elimination. Zebstrika has been taken out of this matchup. That is what the Goldenrod Guild needed, but we get the Brave Bird from Electros to take out Zoroark in response. A perfect response by Electros, who will get some recoil damage there, but it is still hanging on in this matchup, as out comes the real Arboliva. It is going to be Iron Hands coming out for the Lumiose Yellows, as Porygon is going to go with the Trop Kick to finish off Electros. Still keeping the Goldenrod Guild in this matchup with the 3-4 disadvantage, but we get the Water Gun now from Iron Hands. Very little damage there being done to Arboliva, as it is not very effective, but it's activated that Seed Sower ability. So was that a strategy for the Lumiose Yellows, as that grass has grown over the battlefield? Arboliva goes with the Growl. This is going to lower that base 140 attack of Iron Hands, as we see Porygon Z having a little bit of health restored, and Arboliva is going to get back to full strength, as out comes the Luxray now for the Lumiose Yellows, and Porygon Z was still with that speed control, goes for the double team, so it is going to boost its evasiveness, making it a harder target for the Lumiose Yellows to hit, but Luxray is going to go with the triple arrows and get the elimination. That evasive boost was not helpful at all. That super effective critical hit takes Porygon Z out of this matchup, and Iron Hands is going to follow it up with the Torch Song. This will be super effective, but doesn't get as much damage as you like to think, because it is a special offensive move that does boost that special attack of Iron Hands, and we get the No Retreat now from Arboliva, so it's actually going to go for the Omni boost here, as well as not being able to retreat fittingly enough, but it is not looking to go anywhere, and shortly it is going to be joined by the last Pokemon remaining on the Goldenrod Guild. And as we said, this is a battle of two sides on the cut line, and it is going to be revealed to be Slacking as the last Pokemon for the Goldenrod Guild, and immediately goes for the Psycho Cut. Super effective there onto Iron Hands, thanks to that part fighting type. Arboliva with that speed boost is going to go for the Jaw Lock. Not very effective, but a good follow-up. And we have Luxray going for the stockpile here, so it is going to boost its defenses after stockpiling one, both that physical and special defense. Now it is much more of an offensive Pokemon, especially in that physical attack, as Iron Hands goes with the Venoshock, focusing in onto Slacking here, and Slacking is going to have a little bit of health restored, as will everybody who has taken damage in this matchup, thanks to that grassy terrain that was set up. But there is that Truant ability of Slacking that causes it to loaf around, leaving Arboliva to have to go at it by itself with the Supercell Slam onto Luxray, which is not very effective, allowing Luxray to respond with the Wonder Room on the field here, making it so everybody's defenses and special defenses do get swapped. Iron Hands is going to go for the Dark Pulse. They are still focusing onto Slacking here, potentially worried about that base 160 physical attack, and that is even more powerful than Iron Hands, as it has its health restored thanks to that grassy terrain. Slacking is going to go for the Ice Punch. This physical collision between Iron Hands and Slacking. Arboliva is going to follow it up with the Scorching Sands, going for Luxray with that super effective move, putting it into knockout range. And it's left it with that burn, but remember, it has that Guts ability, as Luxray is going to go for the Charm, putting that Charm on to Arboliva to lower its physical attack a great deal. And Iron Hands, speaking of physical attack, goes with the Discharge, even doing damage to its own teammate, and with that burn it may actually be eliminated. But there is that health being restored, and that could be the thing that offsets the burn for Luxray, which could be crucial for the Lumiose Yellows, as they still have that 4-2 advantage over the Goldenrod Guild, and Luxray is still in this matchup, as that grass has finally disappeared from the field. However, Slacking loafing around yet again thanks to that Truant ability. Arboliva needs to go for Luxray, goes with the Torch Song, and it takes Luxray out on this matchup, getting that special attack boost in the process, and it's already got that base 125 special attack, as the Thunder Fang from Iron Hands doing very little damage there to Arboliva, and yet again activating that Seed Sower ability. And I have to wonder, does Iron Hands enjoy having that setup, because it wants its health restored, even though that health is also being restored for the normal types in the process. And it is now Electivire coming out for the Lumiose Yellows as Slacking immediately goes with the Home Claws. It needs to keep up the offenses thanks to that Truant ability, but it does boost that attack, which we already mentioned, as well as boosting that accuracy in the process. Electivire, though, with the Rock Throw onto Slacking, doing very little damage, allowing Arboliva to go for the splash. And now is not the time to be splashing around because nothing will happen. This opens the door for Iron Hands to go with the Drain Punch, and it has won the battle between Iron Hands and Slacking, taking the remainder of its health in the process for itself. Iron Hands enjoying having its health restored, not just from the Drain Punch, but also from this grassy terrain that it was setting up by going for Arboliva, who is all by itself now. Electivire with the Boom Burst, doing damage to everybody on the field, including Iron Hands, as Arboliva is going to go for the Shadow Claw on to Electivire, doing very little damage, allowing Iron Hands to go for the Sludge, and this will be super effective and gets the elimination, and the Lumiose Yellows have controlled this matchup over the Goldenrod Guild and walk away with the victory in very impressive fashion, which is what we expect to see from a former Elite Four side, as this moves them all the way up into 8th place, and next round they will be going up against the 9th place Lentil Neos, whereas for the Guild they've dropped down into 13th place out of the Leaders 8, but next round they will be going up against the Ula Macros. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.